Blessed evening, everyone. Tonight in the Hobbit kitchen, I'm going to make a easy, better for you version of the KFC Famous Bowl. So currently, I have some russet potatoes and one sweet potato boiling for the mashed. And I'm also going to be using some frozen organic white meat chicken breast nuggets coated in panko, cheddar cheese, and a homemade gravy I whipped up earlier. And of course, a can of steam fresh corn. So, while I'm waiting for the potatoes to finish cooking, they've got a few minutes. I also have the stove preheating to 375. And I've got a casserole dish ready to go. Potato masher, corn. Going to use half this stick of margarine on the potatoes, as well as some salt, thyme, pepper, and garlic powder. All right, let's go see how the potatoes are doing. I know they're getting close to done because I started them about 10 minutes before I began filming. These are getting very close, maybe one more minute and I can strain them and then mash them. This is such a nice way to make mashed potatoes because adding the sweet potato to it adds extra nutrients, vitamins, and health benefits, and it tastes really good. While this is continuing its last bit of cooking, I'll start prepping the other ingredients. Hi, James. So I'm going to put half of this stick of margarine right into the bottom of the bowl that I'll end up pouring the strained potatoes into. And I'm going to open up this can of corn and strain any liquid. By the time I'm done with that, the potatoes should be ready to strain and mash. Oh, and it looks like my cameraman hubby has made an appearance. Thank you, dear. That is very helpful. I'm over here trying my best to run the gauntlet myself, and it just doesn't work. All right. So use whatever type of corn or even a different vegetable that you like, but I personally prefer to buy the Steam Fresh. It has the least amount of liquid, and they're always crisp. I had quite an adventure today. I spent the day with our friend's 10-year-old daughter, and it's been a long time since I've entertained a kid for the day, and it was a lot of fun, but wow, am I tired. They got a lot of energy at 10. Let me give these potatoes a little poke here. Oh, yeah. These are ready to be mashed. Okay, so first I got to kill that. Oh, and the Hobbit kitchen finally has its brand new dishwasher. I just washed these couple items by hand because my dishwasher was full of clean dishes. I'm happy to report that the old dishwasher that did not work is finally gone. And I've already run this with 2 loads of dishes since I got it, and I'm very happy. Doesn't make a peep.
What are you making?
I am making a healthy, better-for-you version of the KFC Famous Bowl. So I have 2 russet potatoes here and 1 sweet potato. This is for 2 people. Obviously, you can double it, triple it, whatever you want. I'm going to be using all white meat frozen chicken breast nuggets. I made some homemade gravy. And I also have a can of steam fresh corn. So, to the potatoes, I'm going to add a little garlic powder and some thyme. And of course, salt and pepper, because everything needs salt and pepper. And I'm going to throw just a little splash of milk. And my homemade gravy I made this afternoon. And the oven is now preheated. All right. Just going to grab about a quarter of a cup because I want to be able to spread these. Throw the milk right in there. And yes, there are easier ways to mash potatoes, but I prefer to do it by hand. I have plenty of mixers. I just don't like to use them for this because there's nothing worse than over-mashed potatoes. They end up like wallpaper paste. Nobody wants to eat that. Right, honey?
Sure. Smells good.
Thank you. This is my favorite way, not just for this dish, but in general, to make mashed potatoes. It's so much better and healthy and flavorful. All right. I hope everybody is having a good Thursday. I hope your week has been going well so far. I'm still deciding on what to do for tomorrow's Friday night treats. Got a few thoughts in mind. I'll just be happy if it's not raining tomorrow. The last couple of days, wow. So much rain. The plants love it, but it kind of keeps me from being outside, so I don't like it. All right. Now that I have the potatoes, they are the first layer in the bottom. So I'm going to grab a spatula and put the milk away. And get some cheddar cheese. We're going to need that. All right. So I'm going to grease the bottom of this Pyrex pan, and then I'll add the potatoes in. Just a little so they don't stick and burn.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Whatever works.
Potato.
Potato. Right into the bottom of the dish. Just going to spread it out so it's a nice, even layer. Definitely could grab a spoon and just eat these potatoes.
Oh, temple.
Please don't. Please don't. I'm trying to do something here. Get your hand away. No potato monster for you, buddy. Aww. It'll be dinner time before you know it. You just got to be patient.
Not one of my virtues.
I know. All right, so next is me getting the potato off my wrist. All right, so next I'm going to add 1 can, or most of the can. I actually don't think I'm going to need the whole thing, so I might put the rest of it in the fridge. But, yeah, nah, I'll just dump it all in. All right.
Corny.
Just going to spread this out so it's in an even layer as well. You don't have to do this. I mean, you can just leave it all where it lies, but everything will be much more even and uniform when you eat it if you spread everything out. So now for some chicken. I've got panko crusted nuggets. I ordered them from Omaha because they have organic all white meat, but obviously any chicken nuggets will do. And I don't think I'm actually going to need all of these for
You
this.
said that with corn.
Yeah, but this is actually, there's quite a good amount here. These look
You'll never
really
have enough
good.
chicken.
Okay, well, if you want me to do all the chicken, I'll do all the chicken. I don't mind. Ooh, these look really good. Yum. In case you can't tell by his reaction, hubby is quite the chicken junkie. I'm just going to layer these on top, and then I will add some gravy and some cheese. And yes, you can have too much chicken because it looks like there's going to be a few pieces left here that just aren't going to fit on this pan. So I'll freeze these last three little. Well, I'm certainly not going to throw them out. All right, let me give my homemade gravy a stir. This is just homemade chicken stock, a little flour and butter roux, some thyme, garlic, onion powder, celery salt, and I cooked it up. So I'm just going to drizzle this all over everything. Yum, 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 yum. And finally, some shredded cheese for the top, which, wow, at least they were honest. It says it's a resealable bag, but nowhere does it say tear here, and there is no tear.
Cutbacks.
Yeah. How many things have you people noticed out there that no longer have resealable packaging or easy tear packaging? Because I've noticed quite a few.
Pay more, get less. It's the American way.
Sad but true. All right, so I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of cheese over the top, and then I'm going to throw it in the oven at 375 for about 15 minutes or so. 15, might be 20. Not really sure. Still learning the electric oven. But this is going to make such a delicious dinner.
The cheesiest.
No, this isn't the cheesiest. My homemade baked mac is the cheesiest. All right. Ooh, a little warm on the bottom. This box out of my way.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? At least I'm not tossing food tonight.
Night ain't over yet.
Exactly. All right. Off it goes. Now, while we're waiting for this to cook, hubby, could you set a timer for me by any chance? No? Okay, well, Alexa, set a timer for 18 minutes.
18-minute timer started.
All right.
She was very happy to help you.
While we're waiting, let's go take a look at the Shire garden because the rain has finally stopped. It has been extremely difficult to do the updates the last couple of days, which is why they've been so short. But I think we're good now. Still cloudy, but let's go outside and see what we've got. Ooh.
Moisture.
Yeah, it's definitely still a little drizzly, but we've got squashes growing in here. They are so beautiful. And the rain kind of toppled this, and without gloves, I'm not grabbing it. But there is another squash growing down in here. There's a few more buds of new ones on that plant. And oh, right in here, two more starting up. This plant doesn't have any. Oh, this one does. There's one down here. And we've got no buds at all of started squash on this one, or the one all the way on the bottom. Now, as far as the tomatoes and peas go, this tomato has completely begun flowering, so we will have fruit very soon. The other ones are pretty close behind. They've got buds for blooms, so maybe a day or 3. And over at the peas, I actually plucked some of these earlier, but there's quite a few little peas growing. And my ground cherries have begun flowering. You can see the little teeny flowers in here. So I added this net yesterday. I picked some of the basil earlier and packaged it up so that it can be frozen in olive oil for future pesto in the Hobbit kitchen. And these are a honeycomb hybrid cherry tomato. They have finally started flowering. Super exciting. This one actually also looks like it's going to flower. I'm not sure if this is a beefsteak or a honeycomb hybrid, so we'll be surprised. And my giant out-of-control pea pods are finally flowering, so I assume they'll produce soon. And over at the beans, we've got lots of royal purples pretty much everywhere. There's, oh my, back here, hanging down. Couple danglers. More of them in the front and just pretty much everywhere. And then the green ones, they're a little harder to see because of the green leaves, but there's some in there. My carrots are very, very close to harvest. And I definitely need to take the rest of this kale tomorrow morning because it's reaching the end of its cycle, and this leaf is food for the rabbits because it's no good.
It's just leaf.
No, it just wasn't good anymore, much like this yellow one and that one. We have a whole family of rabbits and everything else, in case you're wondering why I'm just haphazardly chucking the bad leaves into my yard. It's because there are creatures that will eat it. Yesterday I had one of the rabbits outside my door, so I snapped off the end of a carrot. I put it outside. He smelled it and walked away, but this morning he came by, took a bite of it, walked away for a while, and then came back and took the rest of it. So I guess he liked it. Anyway, let's head back to the Hobbit kitchen before I start getting eaten by mosquitoes. While I get my foot caught in my shoe. So next week in the Hobbit kitchen, I will begin using my new pressure canner. I've already taken it for a test run, but I'm going to start by heading to the farm because obviously my tomatoes are not ready yet. And I'm going to buy a case of tomatoes, a bunch of cucumbers, and I'm going to pick up some organic raw honey. And we're going to process crushed tomatoes. We're going to make homemade pickles, a little homemade meat sauce to be canned as well. And with the honey, I'm going to can a home remedy that's great for a sore throat and the flu. That way we have everything we need come winter. Now, let's see if we can wrap this up somehow. And the cheese. When in doubt, chip clip. And what I was just telling you about the basil, this is the basil I froze in olive oil earlier. This one here is purple basil. and I'll be using these for pesto in a future recipe. How much time? We got about 11 minutes and 45 seconds, so I'm just going to take that opportunity to do a little cleanup. That way there's a bit less to do later. Wow. Try that again. You know you're small when it takes all of your weight and effort to crush a tiny box. Just brutal. Everything a nice rinse. The last thing I want is a bunch of stuck, congealed crap in my sink later. Not fun. All right. Making faces. Nice. Got Captain Make-A-Face looking at me. Also, if anybody out there knows, I needed some pineapple chunks for a recipe the other day, so I opened up a whole can of them in pineapple juice, and I only needed about 16 chunks. So the rest of them are in a bowl in my fridge. If you have any thoughts on what I should do with those, please let me know, because if it was rings, I'd make pineapple upside down cake, but it really doesn't work with the chunks. You're probably thinking you just want to eat them, right?
Yeah, they're edible.
Well then, hey, do that. Whatever works for you. And I have absolutely nothing else to do right this second. If anybody has any questions for the Hobbit chef, now's the time to ask. I got a whole lot of nothing going on here. Just hurry up and wait. Oh, this is what's left of the babka that was in my post earlier that I made this morning. Fresh baked this morning.
Delicious.
Already half gone. So good. Finally found a place in my kitchen for my little produce baskets. Granted, I do have to stand on the chair to get up there to get things, but it was the only place in the kitchen where I could put it and it wasn't going to end up with one of us walking into it. So, what are you doing?
Short people problems.
Hey, I know I'm short. And I unfortunately need to take a short little break. So I'm going to leave my mic here and hubby will probably film the stove or something, but I will be right back. All right, I am back. Ooh. Oh, well, my mic is still on. Pineapple pepper sauce. That sounds very interesting. And hi. I will have to look that up. I actually just got the huge ball canning book of a shit ton of canning recipes because I just bought a new pressure canner and I've been skimming through it. Is that something that's in the book or is that just a recipe that you have? Curious.
Yes, it tastes good.
Ah, well then I will definitely have to do that. I'm sure hubby will enjoy it. He loves pineapple. I do too, but I've never had a lot of uses for it other than cut it up and eat it. Which, if you haven't tried it already, the pink pineapples are amazing. Not a regular thing you're going to want to buy because depending on the grocery store, it's going to cost you between $10 and $12 for a pineapple, which is insane, but it is worth it. To try it once, it's the sweetest, most delicious pineapple ever. What do we got? Anything good?
That's their own recipe.
Ah, well, I will have to try to come up with one of my own. I'm sure I can. And we've got about 5 minutes until I can check the lovely casserole in the oven, and it should be done by then, but that will depend on whether or not the chicken is no longer frozen. Everything else, for the most part, is, already cooked. But yeah. So, anyway, while I'm waiting around, little backstory of silliness about mine and hubby's new house. The house was built in the 30s, and it has never had gutters on it. So finally, this Saturday, we're going to have somebody come out and give us an estimate so that we can get some gutters put on this house because the water from rainy days like yesterday just pools and pours and goes everywhere except for where you want it. And it soaks any packages that get put in front of the door, which really sucks.
Same person says they would like me to try it.
I would absolutely love to. Out of curiosity, are you using pectin? Because I know I've been reading a lot that pectin gets used in fruit preserves. Actually, been reading about 3 chapters a night now. I'm almost through that book. Yeah, that's the only time I have. It's like between 10:30 and 11:30 at night. I can sit down and read. Hi. Just a Hobbit in the kitchen. Waiting for a 3-minute and 24-second timer to go off. Because I am hungry. It has been a long day. I cannot wait to eat.
Yeah, pineapple person. I'm from Trinidad and
Ah.
delicious food.
So you get extremely fresh pineapple then, I'm assuming. I don't think I've had a lot of Caribbean food, actually. I've had some, but not much. That will have to be one of my cooking adventures.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I do a lot of around the world cooking. That will definitely have to be something I add in. I hear the birds. I have birds yelling at me out front because the feeders are low. It's been raining the last few days, so tomorrow morning I'll get up and go out and fill the feeders. And thankfully, we haven't seen the mama or baby bear now in over a week, so I'm hoping they have found a new pathway instead of my yard. Because that was kind of scary. Having the baby bear sit out front and just look was kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm in nature. Yeah. Woohoo! 2 minutes. Ooh, and it smells good. You can already smell the chicken and everything, so that is wonderful. Yum, 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 yum. Ah. No, I'm kind of feeling like cookies. Maybe I'll do cookies tomorrow for Friday night treats.
Yeah.
No. I'm kind of feeling cookies. Maybe something of the half dipped in chocolate variety. That could be good. Maybe. I got nothing.
I got hunger.
Yes, it's coming. As soon as it's done cooking, it will be time for dinner. But first, it needs to finish.
When it's done, it'll be ready.
Yes, exactly. When it's done, it'll be ready. That is accurate. See if I can find my thermometer. Here we go. Handy dandy kitchen tool to have. Meat thermometer. Not what?
Real tomato ketchup in it?
Oh, come off it. Not everybody has a meat thermometer. That's why I said it. Seriously. I can think of a few people that probably do not own one off the top of my head.
Coconut drops.
Coconut drops with the pineapple? Interesting. Alexa, stop the timer.
Timer stop.
Didn't need it to beep at me in 5 seconds. Just did not need that. So I am gonna pop this open and see whether or not everything is cooked through. Well, oh, I getcha. All right, I'm gonna pull this out so that I can test the chicken. Looking good so far. Probably needs a few minutes, but yeah, definitely not where it needs to be yet. So I'm gonna pop this in for, going by that temperature, I'd say maybe another 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
It was frozen. What do you want from me? Anyway, I certainly don't want to bore anybody for the next 15 minutes of me just randomly talking. So I will do a shorts video when the casserole is completed. That way everyone can see the finished casserole. I will also post it in my posts. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a great night. I'll be back in the Hobbit kitchen tomorrow, definitely doing the Friday night treats, and possibly something in the morning as well.